Okay, guys, let's talk about the platform that is in the crypto space. It's called Basic Attention Token. And one of the things I like reviewing, I review platforms that I know has potential, not the ones that have no use cases to them, or they are not yet in use and people are still talking about them. No. I contacted one of the team that creates smart contract and the rest of them. And I said, I have a client and he will need some smart contracts for his business. Could you help him with that? Oh, they said, no, we are not yet ready, and the rest of them. I'm like, not yet ready, and you're already selling the tokens and the rest of them. So, from my own personal opinion, I think the way I see is a bit, I will discuss on that later. Let's talk about basic attention token and what they will seek to do. Now I want to be talking about, okay, what is basic attention? Who is behind it? So you've been seeing JavaScript, one of the most used programming language out there. Use it for webs. It's being used to design a lot of stuff. Softwares, as you can see, it's a high-level, dynamic, weak, lead-timed, prototype-based, multi-paradigm, and integrated programming language. It's used for the web. It's used to design softwares and the rest of them. Now, there are 10 people. Okay, if you want to start programming, which language do you start with? They tell them, okay, yes, you should program with Python and JavaScript. Okay. Now, who is behind JavaScript? Who is behind Basic Attention Token? The guy who's behind Basic Attention Token is the guy who created JavaScript, the co-founder of Mozilla and Firefox, the co-founder of Netscape, and then the famous Brave browser. So when I look at the team, the first thing I look is, are you genuine? And you cannot validate genuinity if you don't look at the team, because you're not communicating with the website, you're communicating with people. And a website is basically the interface or the medium you use. So you want to say, who is behind the team? Braden Eck. So someone who has gathered a portfolio like this. Mozilla Firefox. I remember the early days when I was using Mozilla Firefox. Then JavaScript, a programming language, and then this again. Okay, so you want to be saying, okay, who is behind this thing? Propel Ventures, Pantera, this is in the list goes on and on and on. Okay, let's talk about the problem they're seeking to solve. How deep is the problem? Now you already know that the issue of advertisement. How does this thing start? Now, what they are trying to solve is the issue of advertising. Please bear with me as I will try to explain some of the things they're solving. Now, someone said that attention is money. Attention is everything. Now, how do you get attention? You get attention by data. So, if you want to call the president of the United States, or you want to call anybody, you want their attention on any issue, how do you get them? You have to have a data about them, and then you have their maybe you want to reach them. Maybe you could have their email, or you could have their phone number, or you could know someone who knows them, or enemies. Just you need data, you need information on whatsoever. So how did this happen? Those days, when websites were created, they were created first with just normal websites, and then the issues now came with accounts. Okay, we want to access certain information in the internet, and how do we authorize who owns this account? Like, say, for example, you want to authorize Facebook, for example. Maybe Facebook was created in those days, and how do we know that the person who's logging in is actually the person? Okay, let's use password. And then when you were using password, the issues of cookies now came. So what was basically a cookie? A cookie is basically a repository or a kind of bank in your computer Now, I will use that to explain. It's like a bank in your computer. And when you visit your site and they tell you that we use cookies. So you take these cookies, it's like the repository as I told you before. And then different things are stored in it. So the cookies is like for your website or a browser or whatever. You take this stuff and then you store whatever you've been doing inside this. It's like a bank, they store it there. And it's going to help you with your experience. Like, let's say, for example, there are people who forget their website, their password. Now, with cookie, you can actually go to your website, and it logs you in automatically, or you see the password already inputted there. Now, with things like cookies, when you want to, maybe you go on your website and they ask you to maybe submit your email. Maybe they want to send you, you want to subscribe for a newsletter or whatever. Immediately, let's say your browser, your email starts with whatever, a letter. Immediately you type in the first letter, it automatically pops up. Now, it is with cookies. Cookies are the ones that help you with those stuffs. Now, it's very, very good. But with these cookies, they are stored inside the computer. So what basically happens is that websites have programs that in the form of adverts. Maybe you go on a website and you like maybe YouTube, Facebook, or whatever, and then you click on the cookie or you click on an advert. But what you fail to realize, maybe what you did not know, is that advert was actually a malware. So that we call mal-advertising. So that is called mal-advertising. So with that, the mal-advertising, it comes into your system, and then it's maybe depending on the function it has been programmed. Maybe it could be programmed to take that cookie, then send it back to whatever place they want, or enter into your system, damage whatever whatsoever, or destroy your webcam or whatsoever, or even be videoing you without your knowledge. Those are some of the problems. And then the issues of trackers tracking you up and down, the rest of them. You see an app tells you, like, you just search for something and they're bringing something related to you on Facebook and the rest of them, which is not very, very good. And then another issues, those are the issues. The another issues is the issue of advertising with. So most times we advertise. How do we know actually that this advert that maybe you see on the website, you see it at the corner or whatsoever? How do we know that advert was actually useful? So there is nothing to actually track and to see if it's actually useful. It's what these platforms give you and say, okay, this is it. You don't know if it was altered or whatsoever. That is another problem. Then the other one is ads clustering. So ad clustering basically means you've seen, for example, you go on a website, you saw that a certain form of ad was placed before you, and maybe you've responded. There was a call to action. You responded. Maybe I'm still bringing it to you over and over again. The ads most times, they are not intelligent to decode that. Let's say, for example, a certain call to action. Maybe they are advertising to you about a certain platform. They are not intelligent enough to decode that you've actually responded positively to that. So they will bring it again like disturbance. And then that is another issue. Then the issues of the EU bringing this global rights protection, global rights and data protection laws. It's another thing again. So Facebook and the rest of them, they were slammed with some fines and because of exploiting people's data. So what the EU law they are bringing that they're implementing this year is no website can actually have access to anybody's data without the proper use. And we've seen all the okay. Then the last problem I want to talk about is someone said that your data that Facebook steals from you and Twitter and whatsoever. Facebook, for example, is worth $8,000 per year. That is one of the problems. So all these problems we're talking about is talking about at the personal side of it, at the end use, the users. We're talking about the users. Now let's talk about the publishers. The publishers most times is you as a publisher who publishes data. The middleman problem. You don't really know how much your data is worth. So sometimes I hear that you as a person, you take the time because I have a YouTube channel and the rest of them, and then there's the issue of me. Sometimes I want to write, like this video, and I want to write an article. I know it takes time to type. It may take you, everything I'm telling you that may take 15 minutes, but if I want to type, it may take more than 15 minutes. Then you want to go through what you are typing to see if there are errors. So with that, you bring this now, you put it in the website, and then you affiliate it to Google. You do all the work, you do all the research, and then Facebook or whatever, they take a large shock. That is one of the big problems. And then the issues of fraud and the rest of them. And then advertisers, there's no proper mechanism to track that. So what will basic attention token be doing? They have their own browser. Now their browser tells you, okay, this is what we want to do, this is what we want to do. And then they have their own token. So you as a person, you come there, you buy some tokens, and then they help you do advertising. Then you can see some of the stuff they want to do. They give you a sheet. They don't reveal identity. Then you as a publisher, you get more for your work. And then you as an advertiser, you can actually track to see what's your ad, to actually see the money where you are putting money is actually in the right use. And then you want to check with better targeting and reduce fraud and all the many stuffs. Then you can measure attention and all together. So you want to be asking, okay, who is in the team? So like I told you, the founder created JavaScript, co-founded Mozilla and Firefox, and then co-founder of Razin. You can see who is behind the team and the rest of them. So one of the girls that worked on top project and the rest of them, you can see who is behind the team, and the list goes on and on. You can check their pedagogy and see what you make of them. So that's one of the platforms. So this is not an ICO. They're going to be on an ICO. I'm just telling you the real use. So how will you be using basic attention token? So this is a Brave browser, for example. If you want to use the basic attention token, since you actually block people from giving you adverts you don't want, so you want to block as many websites as possible that are giving adverts. So how will you be using that? So it's like, okay, I'm getting very good service from such and such website. What do I do? You can buy some basic attention token, and then you can distribute it to as many people as you want. And that, I think that is one of the ways it's supposed to be. You know, a lot of people, most times they put a lot of content, and one of the things that we should be done most times is websites are not supposed to be free. That is one of the things. That is why people go to Google and they take a space and it says, okay, we want to be getting money from, we want to get rewarded. And so okay, Google says you want to get rewarded. Why? Let's bring it on our website. So people, that's one of the things that happens with people most times. If something is offered for free, it's only people who have goodwill that we actually say, okay, let's give a little reward for what these guys actually do. So with this Brave browser, you can set a monthly budget, and then you buy as many, then you add funds, and it's being distributed equally to those who the content creators. So guys, that is all I have for you about this video. You can check what their price is from no invest, but this is not a financial advice. I'm just telling you what the Brave browser is up to, and then what the basic attention token can do. Do have a very good day.